Hi and welcome to this week's Something for the Weekend. I'm Tony, sales manager here at Martin Lynch & Sons, and yes, I've managed to escape the office again at lunchtime, and there's a reason for this. For those of you that remember Xiegu's X6100, yes, that QRP little portable transceiver for HF and 6 meters, well, we've got the brand new X6200 as a prototype, and I'm about to put it to the test today. I've seen loads of videos online where they've been opening it and having a quick look, etc., but we're going to be the first in the UK to put it to the test. Let's go and do it. Okay, so if you've watched these videos before, you're going to recognise the location. I'm going to change it up a little bit today. We normally use that bench. I'm going to be using this bench this week. Going to put the handbags down, take a look at what I've brought along with me. It's going to be a quick QRP operation. Nice simple super antenna, the MP1 DXG. Just a simple spike into the ground, some radials and a bit of coax, and of course the new X6200 from Xiegu. Right, now let's take a look at what's in these lovely bags, which is basically the standard handbag, as you can see here. And we've got Messi and Poloni's tactical bag as well. So with the tactical bag, it comes with the coax, as you know, and the winder. So let's get it open, and I'm going to show you a few more secrets. So let's get it open, and you'll see we have the Potaflex 7 in this dashing yellow colour. Place that to one side. It's also on the easy winder as well, which I tell you really does help out when you're out operating portable. Okay, I've got a screwdriver. That's going to be handy, and you'll see why later. Got a Rig Expert analyzer, the AA35. Right there. And then we've got today's antenna of choice, as I said earlier, which is the Super Antenna MP1 DXG. So I've got all of the parts here. Just going to place those there for now. Get this out. The super slider. And then we've got our radial sets here. And the telescopic whip as well. So let's get that one out of the way now for you. Bear with me a moment. Move that across. Okay, now in our famous handbag, the Midel handbag, again Richard's favourite as we all know, I've got the station. So let's get this open, and we're going to take this out, which you've all seen now on several occasions, which is the 30 amp hour battery. So always bring a big battery when I'm operating out in the field, for the main reason that, you know, you're operating QRP, you might be there for an hour or so before you make a couple of contacts, so always bring enough power to operate with. Now, we've got our DC lead again, ready to go, so that will connect straight into the radio. This will go on top of the battery, and we've got the power pole connectors as well. So, you know, if you're a bit worried about soldering, etc., these are available on the website, and it just makes life so much easier when you're operating out and about. So let's pull that to one side. We've got the first sign of Xiegu's new X6200, which is the new microphone, as you can see here. So again, you've got all your buttons on the front, so you can control the radio. You've also got your up and down buttons there. There we go, and it's the standard modular connector. Now, you're seeing this as I'm seeing it. So basically, we're just gonna get it out and have a play with it, see how easy it is to use. I don't have any instructions, it's a prototype version, so it's going to be an amateur man operating on amateur radio today. So this is the bit you've all been waiting for. This is the new X6200 from Xiegu. Here we go. Let's get it the right way around for you. There we are. As you'll see, there's a lot of changes now from the original version, the X6100, and it's a lot smoother, looks a lot more modern in design, and they've cut down on a couple of buttons and made it a bit more accessible through the menu system, from what I can see. So before I switch it on, etc., I'm going to get the battery up and running. You've seen that before. Basically going to unscrew the nuts, pop on the DC lead, get it connected onto here so we can use full power, and we'll change the camera around and take a look at the screen. Okay, so let's get to the exciting part now. Let's get the Xiegu X6200 switched on. So whilst I'm doing that, I think we're just going to do a brief overview basically of what you can see button wise, etc. on the radio, connections, and maybe a few of the menu functions. As I said, this is a prototype version, so it's not going to be 100% working, but that's what we've got it for at Martin Lynch & Son, so that we can feed back to Xiegu and let them know where the changes might be. Okay, so here we go, we're switched on. Let's tilt that down so you don't get a reflection. And as you can see, much like the 6100, we've got a lovely clear screen here, full color display. At the top here, we've got our frequency readout. We've got the waterfall scope here, mode of operation, time, etc. here, which obviously I've not set, but it's nice. It does come up with UTC as well, which is good. So button wise, what have we got? So let's go from the top quickly. So from the top, we've got a FST, which I believe is for fast tuning, and a lock. So it's going to be that simple operation where whatever you see on the button, you're going to press it. Whatever's below it, you're going to hold it to activate that function. Next to that, ATU. Then we've got a tuning button. So that'll be to obviously put the auto tuner on. And A and B, and A equals B for when you're doing your VFO A and B splits. Next to that, we've got the band button. So this will be obviously changing up band, changing down band. Then we've got mode selection. So SSB on one button, CW on another, and AM and FM on the next button. Now next to that, a rather large PTT button. Now why is that, I hear you say? So if you didn't know about the 6100, the 6200 is the same in that you can kind of use this as a handy walkie-talkie, I suppose, in a way. Pop maybe a 10-meter antenna on telescopic and go out on a walk, you know, round through the park and operate using this as a handheld HF transceiver. So that's a lovely, lovely feature. It's got a built-in microphone. You don't have to take the external microphone for that. Okay, let's have a quick look on the side. So on the side here, we've got a USB host, USB developer, and also an SD card slot, speaker microphone, or sorry, separate speaker for this one, key as well, and also an accessory port, and also the microphone socket, which is your standard modular connection. Moving it around to the other side, obviously we've got DC input and the antenna. Now, it's a standard B&C connection, so obviously don't forget if you're going portable and you've not got B&C, you've got PL2509, don't forget to get your adapters, etc. Otherwise, you probably won't be operating unless you've got a telescopic whip. Okay, so moving to the front of the radio, we've got this multi-function knob here. It does three functions really in a way, I suppose, in that it changes your volume, which you'll see here. So if I turn that, it goes up. If I turn that, it goes down. If I press it, go on to squelch. So that's adjusting the squelch. If I press it again, we've got RF gain. So I can go down with the RF gain, which is changeable here, and then up with the RF gain. And then press it again to go back to the volume setting. Okay, below that we've got buttons here for going into several modes basically. So if I press general, we're going to go into general settings, which you'll see down here. Now all of these functions, it's not touchscreen, so they're selectable via the buttons below. So if I press settings, you'll see here, we can change our TX power, mic selection, put the preamp on, for example. So, you know, let's give that a go. If we use the VFO knob here, you'll see we're changing our band stack, which is basically all bands. So if you've got different bands set into there, you can have it as a band stack, or we can have just the hand bands, which we're going to do today. So to move this along, if we move the outer wheel, so we can turn the preamp on, for example, in a moment. Let's get the mic gain set for operation. Let's try and do this now so that when I do put an antenna on, we're ready to go. So preamp's going to be on. There we go. And then we can exit out of here. Oh, so what we didn't do, we didn't set the power, did we? So quickly back in. Now on the 6200, on this prototype version, for some reason, it's 4 watts on the battery and 8 watts output on a larger battery or DC connection. Again, back to the buttons. We've got the messaging, so for the voice messaging. We've got noise reduction here. And we've got filter settings. So yeah, nice standard filter settings here. There we go, pre-done settings, or I believe we can adjust that. Let's have a look. Yeah, we can adjust that with the outer ring of the multifunction knob. So that's very good. Let's go back to standard, back to defaults, and then close. And then the other knobs that are showing on the front of the radio are the MFK on multifunction knob, which you can press in to select, turn it here for changing frequency if need be, and also the outer ring. So we can put noise reduction on and off, or depending on whatever menu setting you have down the bottom, you can activate from that. So kind of like you've seen with other manufacturers' transceivers. Okay, and now the last knob on the front of the radio is obviously the VFO knob, which you'll find out, whether, as I said, whether it's going to be the same on the production models, I'm not too sure, but it will change the settings if you're in a menu, etc., or obviously your standard VFO. And as I said, you've got the fast button here, so you can change that. And obviously if you want to tune faster, you can. Right, what are we missing? Well, we're missing these lovely little grab handles on the front, kind of like these. Nice for carrying the radio around, and obviously your speakers in the front as well. Now, what I will say is with most portable transceivers, always nice to have headphones in as well if you're operating in the park, so you're not, you know, kind of blaring out the audio everywhere. However, we're going to do that today because there's not many people around. Right, let's get the antenna set up and get this X6200 on the air. Okay, so this is what I love about portable operation, is that the antennas are so simple to erect. You know, you're on the air within minutes basically. So as I said, Super Antenna MP1 DXG, got the Potaflex laid out, nice and bright so no one trips over it. And I'm going to quickly set this up, give it a quick run on the analyzer, and then we'll be ready to go. So, you know, let's pop this down. So basically we've got a spike, there's a connector there for the antenna, these are for the radials, there's the Super Antenna Super Slider, there's my radials. This is my mask part, and that's my telescopic antenna. So let's get this done. So we'll go easy first, I think. We'll go straight on with this, not like the previous mask, but we use portable. There we go. So that's that. And we're going to put this into the bottom of the Super Slider. As you can see, you don't really need a table. I'm kind of still doing this all in one, or two hands, I should say. Okay, so that's done there, nice and tight. Telescopic whip. There we go. And then we can screw this onto the spike, which is obviously going to go into the ground. And if you go for the DX2 version as well, you can get yourself onto 2 meters quite simply as well. So it'll give you near enough all bands. Okay, so that's done there. All I've got to do now is connect the coax to the bottom, radials onto here, and then basically get on the air. Now, I wouldn't advise using your foot for this because you will end up bending these radial parts here. So let's push that down. There we go, that should be steady enough. And again, as you would normally with an 8S antenna, don't be twisting it from here, always from the base. So that's nice and tight. There we go, that's good. Yep, I reckon we're good to go. So let's pull the telescopic whip out. There we go. And now last thing to do is to connect the radials. Now you want to get these spread out as much as possible. Otherwise you'll find that using these low verticals is they can be quite directional depending on where the radials are. So let's get this out. I'm going to drop this down here, get it connected. There we go. You'll notice these are different lengths, mainly for the bands that are being used. So I think they're a quarter wave on the on each band basically, as you'll see. So let's get this out here. Okay, so I've set up the antenna. I've cheated a little bit because I've actually got a super antenna at home. So I know roughly where to put the Super Slider. However, I'm still going to run it through the Rig Expert just to see whereabouts we are on 20 meters. So I'm going to get it switched on. It's SWR chart and run an OK test on there. So, okay, so 1.69 in the middle of the 20 meter band, which I'm pretty happy with. There is a built-in tuner on the X6200 as well. So if there are any spikes, we can kind of get it down so we can operate okay at the full 8 watts operating power that's on this prototype model. Okay, let's get on with it. Okay, so here we are on the 20 meter band. As you know, with the latest sort of solar storms, etc., the conditions aren't great, especially for QRP, but we're going to see if we can find any signals and hopefully make a contact. So let's have a little go. as normal with QRP, I'll be looking for someone that's calling CQ and getting no replies. That's normally the easiest way. So let's have a look. Oh. Oh, we've got a big signal there. Let me just, here we go. No. Golf 2 Mike Lima, Golf 2 Mike Lima portable.
Again?
Golf number 2 Mike Lima, Golf number 2 Mike Lima.
Germany 3 Mexico Lima, is correct? Germany 3 Mexico Lima?
Yeah, very close. Germany number 2, 1-2. Germany 2 Mike Lima, QSL.
Okay, sorry, Germany 2 Mexico Lima is correct?
Yes, that's correct, that's correct. You're 5-9, 59 near to Heathrow Airport, near London, and the name is Tony, Tango Oscar November Yankee, QSL?
Okay, my friend, Golf 2 Mexico Lima, you are 5-3 in certain part of Italy. It's not good time, a good skip for UK, but very bad propagation. But I copy 100% your call, and you are in the log 100%. For any information for the hour, please look at qrz.com page, okay?
Yep, QSL, and many thanks for the contact. We're just operating QRP here with the new Xiegu 6200 radio and a super antenna, portable antenna. So many thanks for doing the hard work, my friend. Okay, take care, 73.
Okay, my friend, thanks for the info. I work with Tribander 10, 15 and 20, and only 100 whiskey, the antenna is beaming your direction. Thanks a lot, good luck.
Okay, perfect, good luck, have a good day.
Italy 6, Charlie, India Charlie, CQ1.
Okay, so not bad going. Within well, less than a minute really, we've had it switched on and worked an Italian station here from the park. We normally get very good propagation into Spain, so I might try that Spanish guy quickly if we can go down there. Oh, see if we can make a couple of contacts. Of SSTV. Okay, the one thing I will say with the 6200 that I've sort of found is that the audio is quite low, but as I said, if you're operating portable, always best to wear some headphones. So let's see if we can, there's someone here. I have to change the tune. Oh. He might be able to help us here if we can get through. Let's try. It's a little bit noisy, so let's try some of the filtering. A couple of stations very close to each other there. Golf 2 Mike Lima, Golf 2 Mike Lima, stroke portable. Golf 2 Mike Lima, Golf 2 Mike Lima portable. Okay. So the beauty of having a radar that you've never tried before is I've got that station that's very close now. This is where I should obviously be trying the filters, etc. But I've not got long during this lunchtime, so I'm going to have a quick play just in case we can narrow it down. But he's now calling DX, so okay. So as I said, the bands aren't great, and obviously they're complaining with their 6-element Yagis. No, so it doesn't look as if we've got anyone else calling CQ. Now, remember earlier on, let me just turn this down a little bit. There we go, so let's turn that down. I'm quite happy that we've had a contact anyway. It goes to show that it works perfectly fine on the first go that we tried. So we saw earlier that it had the FT8 function. Now, as I said, it doesn't TX on FT8. Whether that will come at a later time, I don't know. But if we go to an FT8 frequency, which I think is 074, if I remember rightly, on 20 meters. Let's get rid of the fast. We'll soon note. Yep, going by the noise. There we go. Let's change onto digital. So there we go. So that's digital now there. There we go. So FT8 decoder. Now if I press this, hopefully the reflections will be okay. And you'll see there's a highlighted kind of transparent square here. Now if we wait a bit for the next cycle, let's tune that down a bit. Hopefully, if I haven't got the filters too narrow as well, there we go. So now all of a sudden, I'm going to bring that a little bit closer actually, and you'll see here we're receiving FT8 basically on the radio itself without any PC or anything. So we've got a CQ here from a Hotel Alpha station, Echo Alpha station calling CQ here as well. Got a Foxtrot station working someone, Italian station in the middle of their QSO as well. So this is quite nice. So, you know, if you're a shortwave listener and you don't TX all of the time, this isn't a bad little radio to take because you can actually monitor FT8 as well whilst you're on the go. Anyway, my time is running out, so let's get this switched off. So it's just a hold of the button here and off it goes. Hopefully you've enjoyed the first look at Xiegu's X6200. As I said, it's the first time that we've used it in the UK here, actually out and about as it should be, done portable with the Super Antenna MP1 at DXG. Very, very simple setup here. Radio, Potaflex, antenna, backup battery as well, so we could operate for a bit longer if need be. But overall impressions on the prototype at least, very, very easy to use. As I said, this didn't come with any instructions for us. And yeah, I kind of like it. And I think like the 6100, it's, you know, it's going to take a little bit of time to develop and become the radio that it's advertised as, to basically reach its full potential. But, you know, I back Xiegu on that. They've got some great products available and this seems a move in the right direction. And just as a little reminder, if you had the 5105 and the 6100 and you always wanted to change the battery, it can be done on the 6200. So the battery is removable on the 6200. Just one thing before I go. Would you like to come out in your lunchtime, play with the latest equipment before everyone else? Don't forget, we're still recruiting, so contact recruitment@hamradio.co.uk or click on the banner on the website for further information. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I need to get back and do some work. I can already hear some of you moaning that I haven't replied to your emails, and there's going to be a list of calls I need to answer as well. So take care. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you very soon here at hamradio.co.uk. Take care. Bye-bye.